me restless.
I'm gone.
Run with a wild crew, they get reckless. Young boy, come up off that neck. He said the trends. CLE be the best. Foreign winds when we slide. Right when the top down, bitch, you high. I'm high and I'm vibing, pumping Zai. My pride is OT providing, trying to come up on a dial. Distro distributes the Prada. Make it pop like Crisco, nigga, who want a pride? Got back from Buckhead, where they stack bread like a bunk bed. Woofing on the net, boy, gotta be a dust head. Don't get mad, get even. Shorty be with them heathens. Call me JB Bickerstaff. Got some shooters in Cleveland.
Welcome back. We're here with another episode of Corner to Copa. This is a player profile edition. This is a guy out of the bullpen who's actually turned into one of my favorite guys, but I'm going to let Coach take it away. What we got going on today?
All right, thanks, Foster. Yeah, we're looking at one of the better performing, consistent performing relievers, Will Vest, today. Born in 95 out of Stephen F. Austin College, originally drafted by Detroit in 2017. Seattle grabbed him in the 2020 Rule 5, so we didn't have him for about a year. Didn't do that hot. Seattle returned him on that Rule 5 condition back in July of 2021 and spent the better part of 2022 in Toledo. So he's bounced around a little bit, not too much major league experience, but obviously consistent this year in terms of getting opportunities, and he's cashed in. So, yeah, like you said, one of the more preferred guys, more of late for Hinch after the platooning situation. Guys were getting different opportunities in various relief roles, from high leverage, inheriting runners, all the way to the late inning roles. So it's been good to see for him. During last year, he turned the corner. It's kind of when it started here, looking at some of the numbers. August 27th through September 20th of last year, did an all run for 11 consecutive outings, 11 and 2/3, 4 hits, 1 walk to 19 strikeouts. I thought that was incredibly impressive in terms of control and command. Coming into this year, he is still on pace to set several personal records in terms of double plays induced, 0 balks so far this year. I think he had 1 or 2 last year. I mean, they are kind of uncommon, but still, if you can go clean throughout a season without balking, that's still pretty good. He's got a 50% caught stealing in terms of pickoffs, 2 for 4. His strike throwing percentage is 2 out of 3, 67%. He is on it. And some other numbers too that the stats nerds out there, they're out there to be seen. I'm not going to go into too many more of them here. So far for the season, the win-loss is kind of a misnomer. It's not really aligned with his overall performance. He's 2-3 as a reliever, 2.84 ERA, 1.22 WHIP in 51 games, 50 and 2/3 innings, and 43 strikeouts over the last 30 games. This is prior to last weekend's series in San Fran, I should note. He's got just over 2.2 ERA and a 1.3 WHIP. Which is a little high, but the low ERA tells me that, he might be given a walk or hit, but he's stranding those guys. 28 in the 3rd innings pitched, 7 earned, 28 Ks to 9 walks. Still a really good ratio there. A little bit better than 3-1. And his pitching repertoire is, it's kind of evolving a little bit. He's brought a sinker into the fold over the last year and a half, 2 years. That's kind of helped offset some of his other pitches that had been tagged while he was with Seattle and early on in his return back to Toledo. So his number 1 pitch is his 4-seam fastball, about 96, above league average. Throws it more middle up. I mean, he's coming at you. It's not necessarily throwing for a ball. It's a come get some pitch is what that tells me. But he's also been hit hard on it over the last couple of years. So he's added the sinker. We'll get to that. The second most thrown pitch he throws is a slider at about 24%, around 87 miles an hour. Mostly low and in, middle low, and middle up. Again, to the same side that he's pitching against. Ideally, when I give that the connotation in terms of location, the zone, it's the side that he's pitching on with that hand. And the sinker, at about 95 miles an hour, he throws that about 13%. I feel like he throws that more for deception. If he feels they're sitting on that 4-seamer, he's going to bring that sinker, which has enough diving action where they're just going to swing over the top of it because they're not really anticipating it, since he doesn't throw it that often, but he throws it just enough to where you kind of have to keep it in the back of your head. He usually throws that about middle out or middle off the plate, what we call chase pitch. Not necessarily throwing for a strike. He's trying to induce a swinging strike three out of the zone. So he kind of sets off that with that four-seam fastball. It's pounded in the zone, and then he throws that sinker a little off or then down or away or out to get you to chase, thinking it's going to be a straight line pitch. And then lastly, he throws a changeup. All these pitches are pretty much above league average, 88 miles an hour, 8% roughly throw rate. Mostly that's a chase low or middle chase away. So again, setting up from that four seam, kind of also a little bit different action from the slider. So he's got 3 pitches with movement, 1 true off speed being the changeup, and that four seam that he throws majority of the time. The fastball run value by MLB Savant rated 91%, which is fantastic. That's great. The other side is that breaking run value on the breaking ball, not great. Very opposite end of the spectrum, 10%. So I think by adding the sinker to his repertoire, he kind of can offset some of that breaking ball inconsistency that he has had throughout this year. So he continues to work on that. The only other thing that he's 2 items actually that he's been really great at this year, his chase percentage, 98%, damn near perfect. They're swinging and chasing 36.4% of the time. So he's in the 98th percentile of that. I mean, that's better than 1 out of 3. They're chasing out of the zone. So again, going back to that pitch repertoire, that four-seamer and slider kind of helping set up for the sinker and change-up action that he's got to give a different eye level. And walks percentage, only he's at 84 percentile, which is above average, approaching really, really good. He's only yielding just over 5% of his at-bats to walks, 5.5%. So again, hammering home that control and command going back to right around this time last year. He's carried that over to this year. He's been an absolute rock out of the pen for Hinch. He's evolved into some late inning consistency appearances. And I think he's been carving himself out a nice potential, moderate term time here. I could see him being here for 2, 3, maybe even 4 more years if he keeps this up. But yeah, that is pro player profile on Will Vest.
All right, there you have it. And like Coach said, he's been getting some high leverage situations as of late, and I think it was perfect timing because he just had his first save of the year yesterday. So one of our more consistent guys, and he's getting the job done, getting some swinging and misses, and really attacking the batters with that heater. So stay tuned for more player profiles. We got some more coming up real soon. Subscribe to Bleachers to Speakers on YouTube for the visual and Corner to Copa for the audio. We're out.